but sounds like kind of a big deal. That maybe we should be looking into how 200,000 people's votes were counted who didn't vote. These Republican lawmakers in Pennsylvania, not Texas, put out a press release yesterday with some pretty astonishing data. Is it evidence of voter fraud? I don't know. Does it look pretty suspicious? It does. Do you think an independent media, we're talking about the media in the United States here. If we had an independent media, you think they'd be curious. But showing you again how, just like we discussed yesterday, with the fact checkers, their real role is to be the problem of the Soviets and the media. What do? When they want to discredit something that's worthy of attention, like the Joe Biden picture of him with a Ku Klux Klan member, Robert Byrd, campaigning for him, when they want to discredit it, even though the picture is not in dispute, what do? They focus on an irrelevant component of the picture and they debunk, air quotes, the picture. Like the Klan photo where they said, no, Joe Biden was not in a picture with a grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. It was an exalted cyclops of the Ku Klux Klan. Oh, okay. No problem then, folks. No problem. It's happening again. Here's what I mean. So this press release was issued yesterday by a representative, Russ Diamond from Pennsylvania. This is pretty stunning stuff. Pennsylvania lawmakers, quote, the numbers don't add up. Certification of the presidential results was premature and in error. Listen to this. This is from Russ Diamond, December 28, 2020. A comparison of official county election results to the total number of voters who voted on November 3rd, 2020, as recorded by the Pennsylvania Department of State, shows that, listen here, this is interesting, that 6,962,607 total ballots were reported as being cast. Got it, folks? So 6.9 million total ballots were cast, as the Pennsylvania Department of State shows. Everybody tracking? While the Department of State Shore System records indicate that only 6,760,230 total voters actually voted. Among the 6.9 million total ballots cast and 6.9 million total votes were counted in the presidential race, including all three candidates on the ballot and write-in candidates. So keep this up 1 second. So this can't possibly be. Is it an error? Is it a statistical blemish? Is it an anomaly? What happened? So according to the Pennsylvania Department of State, 6.9 million roughly total ballots were cast, but their Shore system records only 6.7 million voters actually voted. So according to the Department of State, listen, could it be a mistake? Unlike the Pravda media, where they wake up every morning and they salute the Soviet Union national anthem, I'm actually open to facts. Is it a mistake? Could be. I'd love to hear. I haven't heard anyone refuting this. But according to the Pennsylvania legislators, by the way, where was this information before? Was it a late tally? Could be. Why didn't we hear about this before? Only 6.7 million people. Joe, hold on. Follow me here, buddy. I need you as your Paula, you too. This math is very complicated, okay? As two audience ombudsmen, because I want to make sure we don't lose the liberals, because as I said last night, filling in for Hannity, liberalism is the religion of the stupid. Only 6.7 million people voted in Pennsylvania, according to their own records. Yet 6.9 million votes were counted.
Huh?
Joe, can you get a pen and paper?
I got one here.
Hold on a second, folks. 6.9, 6.7 counted. I'm just double checking my math. 6.7 voted. Hold on, that's a minus, so that's 0.2. Now, listen, I was watching Apollo 13, one of my favorite movies this weekend, and when they lost the computer system in the support module, and they had to transfer it over to the LEM, they had to do hand calculations, and they were very complicated. So you had 3 or 4 people check the calculations to make sure they didn't bounce off the atmosphere. These are complicated calculations, Joe. So I'm going to give you some numbers, and Paula and Joe, if you could check. 6.9 million votes counted. 6.7 million people voted. Joe, check me if I'm wrong here. That seems to indicate to me that about 200,000 people's votes were counted that didn't actually vote. Joe, is my math correct?
Yeah, you're pretty much right on. Very good.
Paula.
Yeah, you're right.
Paula, much smarter than Joe and me. Paula, I think we both agree,
Yeah.
Joe. Paula's IQ is like 20 points higher than both me and Joe combined. Paula, am I correct about 200? Wait, Paula's you doing it on the computer, just to be sure. That seems to be correct. That seems to be correct. My math is, I really did the math. I'm not even kidding. It's right here in the back of my book, just to be sure. So 200,000 people, according to these lawmakers, votes were counted who didn't vote.
Weird.
Dude, crazy pills everywhere. I don't get it. Can I? We're like, I was telling Paul, I said, totally unrelated. I need that shirt from the movie Elf. Remember the narwhal scene? Hey, buddy, hope you find your dad. Hey, Pennsylvania, I hope you find the votes. What? Now, is this a mistake? It could be a mistake. Again, unlike the Soviet media, I'm actually interested in the truth. Could be an honest mistake. But sounds like kind of a big deal. That maybe we should be looking into how 200,000 people's votes were counted who didn't vote.
You just heard Dan Bongino.